Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Today, we're going to be discussing hurricane damage and the claims process. I'm Farron Blackburn. I'm a roofing consultant and an insurance expert dealing with building envelope and restoration. I've spent over 30 years on both sides of this, one working with as a large loss adjuster and the other working for roofing companies to discuss the claims process with insurance adjusters while on site and letting them know what we see on our side as far as damage. Planning for the post-storm recovery. When you're looking at this and you're looking at hiring a general contractor, you're looking at hiring a roofing contractor, you're looking at hiring a construction law attorney, trying to determine whether or not you have enough damage that it would go above your deductible, we offer this service free of charge. I will actually come out, take a look at your property, and tell you, I will look at the whole building envelope and explain step by step what you have as far as damages from the windstorm. Whether you have window damage, whether you have door damage, whether you have debris on your stucco that's got to be power washed off, whether your windows have been damaged, whether your roof has been damaged. It's a full building envelope evaluation. And a lot of times the adjusters come in from the insurance companies and do not catch everything that you need to know about. Now, on this initial roof inspection, when I come out, I'll access the roof, whether it be from the ground, whether it be from ladder, whether it be me bringing out a lift, getting on top, take a look, make sure you're mansard, make sure you soffit, make sure your fascia, make sure the flat roof or sloped roof, how much damage it has, whether or not you have damage where you can't see it from the ground, but the tiles have been lifted and they're easy to move them above. There's actually a standard, as to how high the tiles will lift before they can actually break. And I will determine this. I will take pictures of all the damages from the roof because this is something that most people are not going to get on the roof and take a look at the damages that you can't see from the ground. I'll do all of this, then report this back to you in pictures. Now, based on my experience, the insurance company adjusters frequently underestimate or overly look the damages. This makes it very difficult for you to understand whether it's the roofing company or a general contractor or the insurance adjuster that is actually over or underestimating the claim. The way I put it together, you'll be able to see it in pictures firsthand, and it will be explained so that you understand it. Now, the hurricane damage, the claims evidence that we normally look at. The damage to the roofing material is several different things. One, it could be the water shedding capability. The other, it could be the resistance to the weather, meaning that the tiles have been cracked or they've been displaced, and the underlayment is going to be exposed to the sun, which is going to cause a loss to the service life. In others, the wind damage to the roofing, it could have uplifted it and set it right back down, but underneath, the underlayment has been pinched or pierced, and water is going to leak in. The tile is no more, like on the tile roof, it's no more than aesthetics. It sheds water, but it's not the real waterproofing. The waterproofing is underneath the tile. Now, as far as structure, when I'm looking at walls, when I'm looking at windows, I'm going to report and get pictures to show where the debris has actually caused a puncture, where it's bent the actual frame, where you might have moisture intrusions. A lot of times we actually even have to go into the second story, third story, whatever the top story is, and look at the ceilings of the units and see what type of moisture stains they have on top, on the ceilings. Now, wind damage to windows and doors, very important, especially in today's world, because a lot of your air loss from the inside is through your windows and doors, and this can drive your bills, up drastically. So you want to check. You want someone to check for your frame damage. You want to check for pressure changes. This means that if you do have a storm impact window that has argon gas on the inside between the two panes, you need to have that checked to make sure that the argon gas is still there and it hasn't leaked out due to the storm damage. Now I want to introduce Steve Simon. Steve Simon is an attorney that I've worked with for many, many years. He's one of the best litigators in the business. Him, along with his partner, Paul Berger.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Steve Simon. I am an attorney with the Hurricane Law Group. I've been asked by Advanced Roofing to bring my experience to you to help you in how to handle reporting of an insurance claim. I've been practicing law in the state of Florida for 39 years. I specialize in insurance coverage, and since 2004 have solely handled hurricane insurance claims on behalf of policyholders like yourself, either condominiums, businesses, or residential claims. I was board certified civil trial lawyer for many years. I was voted a super lawyer in 2022, and this year have been honored to be nominated for America's top 100 high stakes litigators. My focus is solely handling hurricane insurance claims on behalf of policyholders. So the purpose of today is to basically go over the nuts and bolts of how to report a claim. Most claims get reported through your insurance agent. Your insurance policy will typically provide instructions to either contact your agent or include a dedicated number for reporting claims. You want to make sure that you have documentation that the claim has been reported by getting a claim number. Also, email confirmation is also good. You also want to document any visible damage with photographs. Both before and after photos are particularly helpful. As Farron discussed, you do want to engage qualified professionals to assess the full extent of the damages and ultimately come up with a dollar figure, an estimate for what the costs of the damage are. As discussed earlier, Advanced Roofing offers this complimentary evaluation of the damage to help you determine whether filing a claim, or not necessarily whether filing a claim is necessary, but how much your damages are. Next page, please. Some of the common questions we get are, should you file a claim even if you don't see much damage? Filing a claim after a hurricane is really essential. Oftentimes there are hidden structural issues. Oftentimes there's extensive damage to the roof that you don't see. Most people see, roof tiles or shingles, that fall to the ground, but oftentimes the winds lift up the tiles, lift up the shingles, and they can not necessarily take them off the roof, but they can damage both the other shingles and tiles and damage the underlayment, which will ultimately potentially go unnoticed, but over the long run will lead to more extensive damages and reducing the lifespan of your roof and as well as the other areas of your building envelope as well. So by promptly filing a claim, you ensure your rights to coverage are protected. Also, the insurance company is responsible under your insurance policy to send an adjuster out and evaluate the damages themselves. One of the other questions, or some of the other questions we get is, can the insurance company raise your rates just for filing a claim? And the answer is they can't do that. They can't, solely point you out and say, oh, you filed a claim, we're going to raise your rates. As we all know, insurance rates in the state of Florida have gone up extensively over the last several years. And so they're probably going to continue to go up, but it's not going to be because you filed a claim. The other question we get is, can the insurance company cancel your policy for filing a claim? And they can't do that either. They have no right to cancel your policy because you filed a claim. So long and short, you should file a claim. Next page, please. One of the other responsibilities that you have when you're filing a claim is every insurance policy has what's called a duty to mitigate your damages, meaning that you have to make any repairs necessary to prevent further damages, such as roof repairs, even if temporary roof repairs, putting a tarp on, things of that nature. Obviously, if you have windows blown out or doors destroyed, you got to put up something to prevent more water intrusion. One of the other things that's important is for condo claims, the condominium association board have a fiduciary responsibility. They have a responsibility to act in the best interests of all of the owners. That includes ensuring that prompt repairs are done, that where there's a proper basis to file a claim, that an insurance claim is made, and a fair handling of special assessments that, because of the deductible, will probably have to come in play. They also must act diligently to restore the property and protect the community. So one of the questions we get is, why hire an attorney? An attorney can, of course, guide you through the complexity of filing an insurance claim, make sure that you get compensated and document all of your damages, and get you the best recovery that you possibly can, and make sure that the insurance company doesn't cut corners and not pay you what you're entitled to get. And unfortunately, in today's world, at least in the state of Florida, insurance companies oftentimes find many, many reasons to not pay you, or to say that your damages do not exceed your deductible. We're here to protect you and make sure that you get the proper representation and the recovery that you are entitled to based on the damages that will get you back to where you were before the storm. Next page, please. Thank you. Farron, maybe you should take over here.
Yeah, book your free inspection today. We look forward to talking to you and discussing your damages. You can see the numbers below with the different salespeople. Call the one in your area and they'll contact me and we'll get out and take a look. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill.